morning and welcome back. Excuse me. Boy, I'll tell you what, guys. I've been doing that too many times this morning. Having some commercial breaks. We got Cheap Health in the background over there. They can't figure. I'm just teasing him. He's all right. That's because his wife won't come over. What do you think about that? A guy works with you and his wife just snubs you.
I have no idea.
I don't think she'll snub me after today. What do you think?
Probably not.
But, guys, you realize that's a famous man sitting over there. Really?
He looks famous to me.
Not him. He's nobody.
Oh,
Talking about the one running stuff.
Rick.
Rick.
Yeah. I like that name, Rick.
Do you know what his last name is? Long.
Rick Long.
Okay. Now, you guys are in precious things of value. Okay. His daddy, all right, was Woody Long. Does that ring a bell? Especially down in the neck of the woods y'all are from.
Woody Long.
Woody Long, the artist.
The artist. Sounds familiar.
Okay.
Sounds familiar to you?
Strangely enough, his dad was a friend of mine.
You hear that?
I heard that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You should see this young man's artwork.
Wow.
Okay. His daddy taught him well. So that's who we have here working with WKNI TV. So that's precious stuff. I mean, and I keep saying precious because we got y'all here. Y'all are precious.
Amen.
Okay, and I ain't being fresh with you, but you know, I just got to know one thing, man. That girl that you have standing out in front, you got to pay her a lot more. When I talked to her last week, she sat there and said, she said they don't even buy me a Domino's pizza from next door. What's up with that?
Well, we treat her well. We keep her cool in the summer and we keep her hot in the winter. And she gets in at night. She's got a nice place to stay, and we dress her well, and we talk nice about her everywhere we go.
She's a nice young lady.
Yes, she is.
And that's precious. Who I'm talking
That
about.
is precious. A lot of people come by and talk to her every now and then, and we don't charge for that either.
That's a good thing because I'd have a big bill, but I know how it is to keep your help out of the rain and stuff. Right, Rick?
Yes.
She doesn't complain.
Yeah, he does.
She doesn't complain. She's a hard worker.
But Alabama Precious Metals, located on the bypass in Andalusia, next to Domino's up there. And we're so proud to have y'all come on. We've got Jim
And Bob.
Jim and Bob. Okay, well, just Jim and Bob. You've met Jim, and you just meeting Bob, and they're the owners, business people of the Alabama Precious Metals, and there's several other companies involved in all of this too, right?
Yes, we got family-related stores in Alabama and in Florida, and we also manufacture precious.
Well, there you go. That's right, the mannequin.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed to find out. I thought, well, I was happy but disappointed at the same time. Happy to find out that she wasn't just ignoring me, okay? and
She told me to tell you to come back by, but she missed you
she
last
talked
time.
to you?
Yes, and
See, there you
she
go.
said you rode by and waved and didn't stop, and she told me to tell you that she has been offended.
Well, I'll go by there and I'll bring her a slice of pizza and it'll all be over.
It'll all be good.
Yeah, bring her a cup of coffee.
She'll be happy.
Yep, on a good day. Man, I'll tell you, you guys can't miss the place. You know where I'm talking about. Precious is out there working all day long, waving that sign back and forth. See, I got the motion down.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I got it down. And you also manufacture those. I want to talk about that real quick. We've got a gentleman over on the square that I was talking to that owns Yo Craven yogurt place there next to our new studio. Is Eddie, what do we need to do to get people to notice us, because we're kind of in the corner behind a tree? And I said, you need that mannequin down there.
Oh yeah, but they just we'll get in touch with him, or he can get in touch with us, and we'll be happy to show
We'll put
him.
y'all
one.
together.
That'll be fantastic.
Because he sat there and said, that's what I need, is somebody to wave a sign out there and stand. And he said, man, that costs a lot of money. I said, one-time investment, get it done, it's over.
Precious pays for itself. She pays for herself in about 30 days. Then she's free from that point on what it would cost, and there's no...
there ain't another female around that you can say that about.
I know. She never complains. She's always
I'm
on
in
time.
trouble now. But am I right, Rick?
Yes, sir.
He's in trouble too.
Yeah.
Yeah, now his wife will be here. But Let's talk about some of the craziness going on. You guys deal in precious metals. That's what this is all about. We were talking off camera how crazy it's been over the past few years. And right now, gold is at a high, and then it's staying right between $100 mark is what I call it, between dropping high and low. What's going on? Is it the unstableness of the world, or what?
It has to do with the economy, with the amount of money that the government's putting into the system. We just pay based on what the market is every day. When they come in, whatever the price of the gold or silver is at that time is what we pay. And we're also, what we wanted to talk about this morning was our weekend that we're having on Saturday morning from 9 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Bob and I both are going to be at the store in Andalusia, and we'll be evaluating people's fine jewelry, their valuables, whatever they may have. Bob has been a jeweler for 25 years. Alabama Precious Metals is a member of NGC Coin Grading Service. We want people to bring in the valuables that they have, and we'll evaluate them for them, and then we'll decide with them if they want to sell them. They can bring their diamonds in, they can bring their estate jewelry in, they can bring their coin sets in, or any other valuables that they have. Bob is he's unusual, and he's got a wide range.
Finding that out.
A wide range of things that he won't tell you he's an expert, but he knows a lot about a lot of things, especially the jewelry and diamonds. The amount of time that he's been doing that.
I want to make sure we get the viewers to understand. Is this an appraisal, or is this just
Well, we can do more than one thing. I've used to do appraisal work for insurance companies and such, but I've been in the industry for all these years. I've been hired out, I guess you could say, as a consultant for different companies as well. We can put you in, we're not going to do a written appraisal. If you just need an appraisal, we'd be happy to, or we can evaluate it and put a number on it. If you're interested in selling it, we'd be happy to look at it but if you're not, that's okay too. And if you're interested in selling it, and we don't think we can meet that number that we're accustomed to paying, because if somebody walked in with a Cougaran, we pay 90 cents on the dollar. Somebody walks in with purity or just a block of gold, we pay 90 cents on the dollar. We'll work on a 10% margin. So we'll get you in touch with anybody we can to make sure you get that upper market for everything that we touch. And the reason for that is we don't want to see you once. We want to see you from now on out.
Well, and you have had a great reputation in the community. We've heard some great things, feedback. You're not a pawn shop.
No.
Okay. And you don't deal anywhere near like a pawn shop does. You deal with the actual value of the metals, and you are taking a risk by doing that 10% margin, because a lot of times that it can drop the next day.
Right. We had a lady just come in recently, and we verbally cut the deal the day before it took place, and it dropped, and we kept our word. And so we worked on less than 10%.
Wow.
But it was important to keep your integrity intact.
Some folks ask about the stones and things inside the jewelry that they come to have either bought or in this case give an estimate of the value. How is that taken into consideration?
It's unusual that everybody talks about stones. One thing is the market on the small melly stuff, which would be 5 points or less, has really gone down because there's been so much of the other stuff sold. But when we get into something of any size or any value or of any clarity and color, we're going to look at that extremely hard. We've had people that's walked in with me and Jim that's bought us things. She said, I've been told this, this, and this. I said, let me tell you this. I'm going to put a number on it, and you make a decision. And I'll tell you how I work off of it, and they usually do business with us. It's pretty easy.
Well, we've seen it in action here locally, where folks bring in some old jewelry that they've had laying around. They've gone and bought a storage shed, or they've
happens all
moved
the time.
into a house and something was left in the garage, and they hey, it looks like gold, it looks like silver. In fact, I think I'm trying to remember. It's been a while, but some lady brought in a necklace that looked like silver, and it was actually platinum.
Yeah.
And she was like, wow.
Yeah.
And but you know, you deal in platinum, you deal in gold, you deal in all the precious metals. Tell us a little about what a person can expect, you know, from their merchandise that they have at home and bringing it to you. I mean, we know you're going to give them 10% less on the gold.
Right.
All right. Let's say I find a gold nugget, not a nugget, but
You know the
what do they call that? The 1 ounce.
okay, that's the Cougar, and that's where we pay
The
all the
Cougar,
money, especially
right.
on the purity of the item, where you don't have to question or have any doubt on what it is. It makes a big difference on
If it's stamped.
If it's stamped 999.95, you know, it's and we'll go over those things for every person individually and give them some personal attention on everything that we're touching. You know, on the, of course, on the other stuff, it runs differently, as we'll do analysis, which will tell you everything. We'll break it down to know exactly what you're doing. And, you know, and one thing is and Jim is an expert at it, it's not pressure. He's, you know, and Paige works here.
Paige is wonderful.
Wonderful. We love Paige.
Let me tell you something.
Paige, we love you. When you get this message, we want you to know we love you, Paige. Me and Jim love you tremendously, as everybody else.
She's totally awesome. If you have not had an opportunity to meet her, just go by and say hi to her. I mean, if you don't even have any, just say hi to her. She's a wonderful person. We've had her on, you know, before. But I'll tell you what I want to find out about. All right, I'm confused all the time. There's different grades or levels of gold. Okay, I don't know what you call them, but there's 10 karat, there's 14 karat, there's 18 karat. There's probably more carats out there. When you say carat, I'm looking at rabbits. Okay, so can you
Go ahead, Jim. Talk to him about the carat weight.
The carat weight has to do with what percentage the product is of gold. 10 karat is less than 14, 14 is less than 18, 18 is less than 0.99, or 24 karat is pure gold. So the price that you're going to receive for your gold is going to be dependent upon what carat it is. So when people bring their things in, we go through it, we separate it all out, we put all the 10 karat in a pile, 14 karat in a pile, and the 18 karat in a pile, and then if you've got pure gold or silver, then that's a different price. So the price is going to be based on whatever the purity of the product is. But the best thing, and Bob was talking about, we had in one of our stores this week, we had an estate come in where they had over 30 ounces of gold, and so we're prepared, and I'm sure that these people had shopped around several states before they got ready to sell it, and we did business with them. So what we would like for the people to do, Saturday especially if they have time, to come in and see us, just bring whatever you have that you're not sure about, that you don't know what it's worth, and we'll evaluate it for you and tell you. And in some cases, we're going to tell you, we don't want you to sell this to us.
Right.
You should do something
I
else, or
saw
you
that
can get
too.
more money for this if you will do this with it.
Right.
Right now is a good time for people to sell their sterling silver sets, all the sets that are marked sterling, the trays, the old forks, the knives, the spoons, and everything. With the price of it now, we can pay them more for it than they will be able to get normally on eBay or any other place they're going to take it, because of the scrap price of silver. So,
And that's where a lot of the selling and buying's going now, is not to the actual value of the item. When I say actual value, I mean what you would sell it on eBay for, or let's say a coin, you know, a 1922 Morgan, you know, is worth more at times as a
silver value.
scrap
Yes.
You
than
know,
it is.
that is so unusual you're saying that. Before a while, the silver melt on some of these coins. Now, we're not talking about the specialty coins, but we're
Right.
talking about the basic coins, were more than what they were bringing on the gray sheet for coin dealers.
Yes, yeah, and I've got a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, now I don't look at silver or gold in a value of what it is for a coin or the item. I look at it as scrap value, because ultimately, if I need that, it's going to be the
You
scrap
can get
value.
that, yes.
It's not going to be the pretty ring on my finger or my necklace or whatever. It's going to be the value of that scrap.
And, you know, there's one other things that we do. I love watches. I love whole watches, antique watches. That's a specialty thing that I've had. I love, you know, it's just my thing. You know, for me,
I haven't looked at your wrist. You got a Rolex?
I wear a strap band watch, and Jim's got a watch. I wear a watch and a wedding
That's
band.
beautiful.
Thank you. I'm a watch guru guy. You know, I've been dealing
like
in
that.
watches for like 25
You know, I
years.
used to be at one time no, I'm not good at it anymore.
Oh my goodness!
I wasn't getting fresh with you there, but
I thought you were tickling me for a minute.
I was trying to steal his
Jimmy was
watch.
tickling me for a minute, but that's okay.
But what time does this happen on Saturday?
We're going to do it Saturday from 9 to 2, and then if we have a lot of people there, we'll stay till we get through. So but they
Do you mind if
come
we
on
come
in.
out and visit you?
Oh, I'd love for
Yeah.
you to come
I'll
out
tell
and
you.
sit down, and we just enjoy meeting people. So
And y'all are people.
thank you.
And you guys, and Paige is your ambassador here locally.
She's awesome.
And
man.
we
We
can't
love
say enough about Paige. I mean, she's just wonderful. And who is it, Andy?
Andy is our
Andy.
sales manager.
I
yes.
met him.
Yeah.
What a character.
He's a great
What
guy.
a character. You guys, where do you find these guys?
Let me tell you, I was doing business in this with this bank for quite some time, and as a nice young man, he was always pleasant. He was always so courteous. And there was some, I was hearing a bunch of yapping going on in the back. I said, "Why don't you go to lunch with me one day?" And I said, "You know, I've always, you know, I was telling Jim. Jim knows the story. I said, I've always admired the way you've handled yourself." And I said, "Where would you like to go work for a couple men that all you want here in the effort?" I said, "We do business with integrity." I said, "It's laid back, there's never pressure." And I says, "You won't have to wear a tie every day either." I said, "As a matter of fact," I said, "you can wear shorts and one of these pullovers and spend time with your family and such." He says, "Well, when do I start?" I said, "Give me notice when you get back." And he's been with us for 4 years now.
And I met him, and he spoke very highly of your business and how y'all conduct business. So I want to remind the folks out there, there's a lot of places that you can go to, and there's a bad rap out there for a lot of places that they come in there and take advantage of individuals. You guys go above and beyond that. If somebody thinks they're being taken advantage of, you go a step and make sure. And we've seen that in action. And
Thank you.
you guys are just totally awesome, and we're proud to have you in our community.
Thank you.
So once again, on Saturday.
Saturday morning,
Saturday morning.
starting at 9, and to just come on in. If they got any questions about anything, let us take a look
You
at
know,
it, and we can let them know what it's
And
worth.
let folks know, listen, if they're running behind, we're here to cater to our community. You know, we're full service. We're about person to person. If they can't make it, just call us, and we'll make time. We'll make time for you.
Or appointments next
Appointments,
week.
Yeah,
to
we'll
see
do
them,
whatever.
so.
You know, and, it's
And you
just-
got a private room you can take people back into.
we have a
private area.
Yeah.
and you know something that's we do it by the book too.
Right.
It's important for people to know. We don't cut corners in anything that we do.
And I'm going to say, folks, I'll tell you, I've dealt business with them as well. And somebody said, "Eddie, if you start giving the stamp of approval, maybe," and I'll tell you, they've got the stamp of approval of me and my people here, because it's not very often you find courtesy, compassion, and consideration for your customers all under one roof, and you all do that.
Thank you.
And I mean, it's like stepping into another world when you walk in to your store there on the bypass, and you meet Paige, or you meet Andy, or you guys, and you're just there for reality. It's it's a business, but you're looking out for all the interests. You're not just saying it's all about me. And I mean, I can't say enough good about you. You guys got to go out, go by and just visit with them. I mean, if you don't have any gold right now, or you're thinking about it, or silver, or platinum, or anything like that, sterling silver, okay, like you were talking about, how many of those old sets are sitting around getting tarnished?
You know, there was a lady who bought me and Jim in a whole tray of costume stuff. It was just, she said, "Well, do you mind?" And I says, "No." And I went through it. And I started finding pieces that she didn't know. We both did of gold. Jim pulls out a coin, and I pulled out a whole pile of say a pile, but it was like $500, and she was going to throw it all away or just give it away, and of scrap that was in there that she didn't realize what it was. And I said, "Let's just scan through it." I said, "I got time, and I'll make time for you." And she's just, it was amazing. I mean, but she bought a big old tray of it. What I'm saying is to everyone, if you're not sure, let's come in, and we'll make you sure.
Bring it on.
And it's not going to cost you a dime. And, like I said, anything of value you want us to look at, we'd be happy to.
Well, gentlemen, we appreciate you coming on
Thank you.
WKNI and sharing this, and do take our, love back to Paige and Precious and
I'll tell Precious you're gonna come by.
there you go, get me in
And
trouble now.
did you say that you were gonna bring her some pizza? Because if
Yeah.
I tell her that,
I got to.
I'll tell her that, and
All right, now it's going to be all over the headline newspaper. Some weird guy standing down the corner handing a pizza to a mannequin.
You know
you see what you've done now.
Something on Saturday. I want everybody to know that Precious will not be in the sunshine. That she will be under the shade. That I'm bringing her an umbrella to stand up under on Saturday, and I will hope that you'll come by and visit. Well, I'll have her to get.
I'll
She'll
bring
have a
pizza.
soda. She'll have a cold soda for you on Saturday. Okay.
All right, I'll put my order into Domino's and,
Yes.
and get a pizza over, and I'll tell you what, I'll buy y'all lunch.
Man, thank you. We'll look
That'd be
forward.
great. We look forward to seeing you
We'll look forward to
Saturday.
seeing
And
you
I'll
on
tell you
Saturday.
what, if y'all get there at lunch, I'll make sure you get a piece of pizza as well. So
That's
just
what we're
come on
talking
by.
about. We're looking forward to seeing you then.
It's called joining hands and
Amen.
supporting the community, and y'all are doing that.
Thank
And we appreciate it. You're an honest, sincere business for our community, and we thank you for that, because believe me, there's plenty of them out there that aren't, and I've experienced that as well. So you have no fear of going in there. They'll take care of you. They are very orientated into customer service, and you're not going to leave unhappy. I don't think I can tell of anybody. All I've heard is positive
Thank
coming
you.
out of there. I haven't heard anybody say they got upset with y'all or didn't get what they wanted or were disappointed. Now, you can be disappointed. You may think you got $1 million heirloom, and to you it may be worth $1 million because grandma or great grandma had it, and it's been passed down the family, and you find out it's costume jewelry.
Yeah.
And it's worth every penny that you think it is, but it's not on the scrap value.
I understand on the value.
Gentlemen, thank you for coming
Thank you.
in.
Thank
Jim,
you for having us
It's an honor
in.
to have you gentlemen
Hey,
sitting in the
thank you
studio.
for having me
Yeah,
today.
you
on
guys-
us today.
Are going to come to our new studio on the square.
Yes, we will. We'll look forward to seeing
Oh
that
man,
too.
we're going to have Precious stand out there for a couple of days when we do
that's
our
good.
grand opening up there. How's that?
We would love, you know,
We'll do
something.
that.
I'm gonna
Maybe
ta-
we can get our sister to come up and help you.
That'll work.
You think that you think this gentleman should have to buy both of them pizza and a soda then?
Oh Lord, here we go.
Here
I'm
it
going
is.
to support all the Preciouses in the world.
Yes, we're going to tell everyone that.
You took my dog. Now I'm buying pizza for every.
I love you, puppy.
Yeah, leave little man alone. Guys, thanks so much, and please tell Paige when you get back there that we love her,
Yes.
dearly here.
We'll do that.
And we'll see y'all later on. And don't forget, this Saturday at
9 o'clock till 2.
9 to 2 over there at I call it Martin Luther King Expressway.
The bypass.
The bypass, right next to Domino's, and I think it's Movie
Movie Gallery,
and-
yes, mhm.
And there's some other places there. There's sun tanning beds, and I think where you get your feet pruned.
Yes.
Did you notice how I said that?
I noticed that.
Yeah,
I noticed
I'm going to go have that done.
Will you get Precious a pedicure, manicure?
Is that what it's called?
I think that's what it's called.
No.
No.
We stop at the pizza. Hut.
Okay.
I see what's going on here. He's indebted to her, and he's trying to pass it off. I see what's happening. Yeah, you're out all day yesterday fishing on the Gulf of Mexico.
That was tough. I had to do it.
I know. Somebody had to,
I
right?
had to. It was, but I did it for you since I knew you were busy.
Oh, yeah, right. You did it for Precious too, I'm
Yeah.
sure. But you look as red as a snapper.
Yes, that's why I caught the snapper, so I'm riding the snapper.
So how'd you do on that?
We caught a few snapper. It was good.
Did you? No, all right. I tell you, snappers are a lot of fun. They're a
Yeah.
good fight, and when you're fishing for snapper, there's a lot of grouper around too
Yeah.
in that area. So, congratulations, gentlemen, once again. God
Thank you.
bless you, folks. Keep it real. Keep God in it. We're going to be back briefly with our friend Randy Franklin. That's my buddy over there.
That's your buddy over
Let me tell you something. You want to meet good people? That's him.
We met him. We enjoyed talking to him just a few
If
moments.
you ever want to know anything about this community, ask him. That guy knows the history of this community by hands down, not second to too many. I'll
Wow.
say that. But he's very good at it, and he's a good friend of mine, and I'm proud to call him friend. So we'll have Randy on right after these messages. Gentlemen, God bless you. We'll see you Saturday. Pizza in hand.
Yes,
All right.
it will be.
All right.
Thank
Good
you.
deal.